Alright, so Second Job Gaming, I'm Sedastian. We'd like for you to subscribe, leave comments and let us know some things, because we like to talk to y'all too. We have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And as always, enjoy and thanks for watching. Bye! Alright, Second Job Gaming with Sedastian, playing some more Dimension Zero. This time we're going to be working on Embers. I thought to myself, what a better place to find a good smacking bunch of bedrock than in the deep dark. Actually, it was my idea. I figured Sedastian should come here because he hasn't ventured in this place since he got here the first time. Okay, well, we'll go with that. So, got started with this, built this nice little place right here, and a little obtuse platform from Britannia. Just come over here, sneak, and drop down to the bottom because you're going to need to get to bedrock. So, gonna build this stuff up. It is on Y3. I have filled it up with stone just to show you everybody what it is. So we're going to start with the field chart. The field chart works kind of like the Thaumic Dioptra from Thaumcraft, where it shows you the concentrations of ember. Now, this thing will change based on what you put around it and what you take away from it. So as you can see here, not much, we're in a good depression, but over here, it kind of rises up in the corner. However, I have found that it's not really necessary to get a whole ton of ember. And this place right here was really, really high on the scale. I mean, it was a big, bright yellow spot right here in the middle. So we're going to just take this guy down and we're going to get started right here in the middle. So first thing you need to do is get yourself a nice central location. Find yourself some bedrock. I like that. Pick up all this junk. And Sedastian, I believe I am the person who's to go with this, so let me read it off, shall we? Sure. The deeper you go, the more pressure you'll experience. This produces so-called embers. Embers are gigantic structures of burning hot crystals inside the bedrock. The Ancient Codex will tell you how to find them. Okay, well, the Ancient Codex is this guy right here. If you have the Akashic Tome, you can just left-click and right-click. And in this case, we've got it, so it's right there. Hit it, right click. So this thing right here is kind of clunky. You really don't know what you're looking for when you get in here because there's no first page. But if you follow logic, top is pretty much where you want to start. Bottom is where you want to end. But in this case, it's kind of like clockwork. Go into clockwork, translation like that. And we're going to start here. Now, this right here doesn't seem to be much better because where do you start? Well, the ones with the most waves coming off of it are probably a good bet. So you got ores, you read about them. The place does all the ores, just like everybody else does. And then this guy right here, the Ember Board. I'm going to read it now. Very good. While bedrock may halt your downward advances, it will not halt your machines. The Ember Bore must be fueled with normal furnace fuel items and must be placed in a position where the blades of the bore can touch bedrock. When fueled, the bore will dig up ember crystals from deeper into the earth for your future use. Hoppers and other item transporters must be used to extract and insert fuel and crystals from the bore. Good job. Thank you. Get started. I have a bag here called Projects because I got everything we've ever built in here because as you saw before, we finished it. So, didn't know what to do in this one, so I had to go ahead and play with it a little bit. But this is the fruit of my labor. So we're going to start with the Ember Bore. Just Ember. No, that's not Ember Bore. And double click this and it will find my Ember Bore right there for me. Yes. Now, take that guy. It's a 3x3, so you just want to put it somewhere in the middle because you can't find the middle of a 16x16. So anywhere will do. So now it's got this thing right here. You could actually also build it up a space if you so chose to do that. Let's change these guys out and put him up one. That way we can actually see it grinding a little better. Not that kind. Yeah, the original translation of the word. See, now you see all these guys right here. And you got that stone in the middle there. I'll pop him out. Now, how do you do this? where are the ideas? It just says the, well, I don't know what it says anymore. So, well, you've got this little spot right here in the middle, and you're gonna put a hopper right on top of it, kind of like that. Now later on, we're gonna get into something a little different. So don't get ahead of yourself. Remember, this is step by step by step on how to do this guy. Now, also, I liked to put a chest in there because I didn't want to have anything else coming out of it. So, got that. And get some coal. I'm just going to get one because I just want to show you how it starts. And look at that sucker. Now, I have it turned off, my sound, with my trusty little super sound muffler here. It makes a lot of noise, so it's probably a good idea to go ahead and turn it down or turn it off one way or another. So, let's see, he wants me to build an atmospheric gauge and a tinker's hammer. Okay, well, atmospheric gauge is not all that difficult. Just copper, some redstone, and some iron. Go ahead and make it. Tinker's hammer is that little guy. Where is he? Nope, not gonna find it that way. Hammer, he's gonna be that little bitty guy right there. Tinker's hammer. And of course, lead, iron, eucalyptus sticks. No, just any sticks will do. Go ahead and make those. Clear your quest, because they are some very good items to have. Now we're going to find my atmospheric gauge right here. And what this does is it tells you just about where the good level of embers is, just by walking around. And I see as I go further that way, it seems to go upward, and go this way, it goes kind of downward. So this actually works at high level. So you can go ahead and do it on the top of the world or anywhere you want to be. I have no idea why these guys are down here. There aren't anything down here for them to grow on. But I got you guys turned off so I don't hear you going, because then they get annoying after about, the third week of your playing this mod pack. Alright, so that is that guy. He is a very mobile version of this field map that I had earlier. Now, see, that one piece of coal didn't go very far. Now, it didn't extract anything either. So you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I get anything out of this thing? Well, we're going to tear that thing down. We're going to pull that thing off there, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the machine actuator. Let's find out what that guy is. Embers. Now we're looking for that one dude that says he will connect stuff. This machine accessor. So where do I have them in that pile of gunk on my backpack? There you are. So you want a couple of those guys. Place it right there like that. So now things will be able to come down. Get another piece of coal in there. Just to show you. Didn't work, did it? Nope. Okay. So, pop that dude off. And we're going to drop this hopper into the side there like that. Now, we will do this that way. And drop them. Now they'll work. And now you can actually output some stuff from it as well. Oh, put a chest here. Yep. Get myself some item conduits. So now it will extract and insert. Give me my ember stuff. So that's pretty cool. So this is what you're going to get from the ember board. You're going to get ember crystals, ember shards, and ember grit. Now, ember grit works kind of like a block of coal. I believe that's how much it works. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Coal. Block of coal is 16,000, so it's probably just gonna be coal then, right? Yeah, okay, so it works kind of like just regular coal. Now, as you can see, it is done working there, so we're gonna just completely fill it up with coal now. Any kind of burnable thing will do. This is the first step of doing embers, so you want to get this started. Get these things. If you've waited a little while in this mod pack to get started, though, you're going to have a number of those ember crystals already set up, ready to go for you because of loot chests and things like that. So go ahead and save them because they are worth having. Woo. And we will get started on the next stage. Oh. Okay, so now we have one of those guys. I'll drop him in there. Drop these field charts in there. And we're going to delete these boys right here. And we're going to put those shards in there too. Okay, Sedastian, find out what's next. Well, we got our choice. We got this guy right here, the ember bore, the mechanical core, and the machine assessor. So the mechanical core just basically adds more spots for this guy to add on to. I don't really see the need for that on this particular machine, but one of those and then one of those gives 3 spaces on this side. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1, 2, and 3 on that side. 1, 2, and 3 on that side. But you can't stack these things up. You can only have one and then one on each end. So it kind of leaves an extra spot on each of the corners vacant to where it can only be used from one of these assessors. The most important part when trying to use embers as a source of power is to actually get them out of the bedrock. To do this, you need an ember bore. This machine will slowly grind away at the surface of the bedrock and slowly but steadily give you some ember shards. Well, neat. Look at all that cool stuff. Already got it though. And now we can go any which way we want to. This is probably the best way to go in this direction to start after you get him. Him, that way. Then you'll want to go this way up here. And we'll get started on that. So, the Ancient Codex holds simple solutions for many of your everyday needs. Sedastian, make a fluid tank. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and look at that. So, you see here, ember bore goes to crystallized ember, so it tells you what you're going to get from it. The ember bore's excavation yields several curious glowing crystals. These crystals come in several sizes, the larger ember crystal and the smaller ember shard. These crystals are clear evidence that the power of the core of the world both exists and can be indirectly tapped. Though the immolation of these crystals, you believe you may be able to activate the power within them for other use. Alright, so pressure tank. See, this is what it is. You think it would go in order, but it does not. So, try to find this thing here that you're trying to find. It's just, you're going to be looking around. Sir Aaron made a pretty good setup on how to get this thing working. See, blah, 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 blah. Nope, 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 nope. None of those. See, none of these guys are telling me what I want to know. Sometimes you just got to dig into them and find them what you need to get to. I just wish these things were a little more succinct in what you need to get. So, we need to get a fluid tank, which is this guy right here. And of course, he's Camonite bricks, which is a Camonite blend, which Sir Aaron just gave you. And of course, it's just clay and sand, which by this time you should be swimming in that stuff if you wanted to be. And iron plates, not a big deal. That's just, I guess, to change it out to dump it all or something, I don't know. And of course, if you wanted to transposer it, it will take all that stuff out, dump it, and put that thing right there. So, we did go ahead and make them, so we have already set up. Fluid pipe, fluid extractor, Camonite lever, ember shard. These are things you're going to need also. Because anytime that you use any of these ember stuff, they're gonna need to have a lever to turn them on. I just went crazy when I found that out. Oh, loot chest is gonna go away. Bang. And drop him in there. As you can see, we got more and more in there too as well. Field truck. We got the Camonite blend, looking good. The Ember Activator is known as an ingenious device. This will allow you to make use of the secret power of Embers. So Sedastian, you've already made one, so go ahead and show them how it's done. Okay, Ember Activator. That's not difficult. We will do this now. Ember Activator, and we'll find out where it is. There he is. Pop him out here and drop him in there like that. Now, I've got a 3x3 chunk here just to show y'all where everything is set up. So, Ember Activator. Well, he takes embers into him. So, get a chest and a accessor. Dunk. And dunk. And some embers here. Take about those 4 of them there. Now you will see that they don't go. And why is that? Well, because you remember fluid pipe, examine that stuff, you're going to need what's called an item extractor from this one. Or you can use the Ender IO stuff. Guess where I'm going? I'm going with the easier one. But in the flavor of embers, we're going to go with the item extraction pipe. Item pipe. And item extractor. You're going to need that, and you're going to need that. So, and break him. And we're going to find my item pipe. Fluid pipe. Didn't bring any, huh? Well, that is not good. So, I'm going to go ahead and just cheat it in because we're already here and we need some anyway. Because there's no way I can get a crafting thing here because the dimensional stuff doesn't work on this one. So, did I do something weird with that? No. Well, yeah, so, no? Don't work like that, huh? Oh! Nah. Need the item extractor, actually. Give me one of those. Machine accessor is not working here. Yeah. Alright, so item pipe there, and the extractor like that, and now the chest, and put that in there, and you'll notice that there's nothing happening. It's not sucking it out or nothing. So that's where you're going to need these whopping tons of levers. And now you turn it on. There they go. And now it is giving us some power. Can't do a whole lot with it yet, but go ahead and build it up because it is okay. It's already done all 4 of them. That's as far as you need to go with that. I'll turn you off now. And moving on here. So we got that one done. Showed you how to work it. Half heart, 2 ember shards, and a chance cube. I'm going to go with those guys because I don't really care for the other ones. Go ahead and burn those as well. Poof. And poof. There you go. Next one. Acacia. If you want to stop wasting your precious embers by simply throwing them into the activator for so little return, you should make a pressure refinery. Huh. Good idea. Okay, well, you know what? We have made a pressure refinery right there. Now the thing about the pressure refinery So, Ember Activator. Ember Activator is an ingenious device. I've already read this one. No, you haven't. It is an ingenious device, finally allowing you to extract usable energy from ember crystals and shards. Simply insert said crystals and shards into the bottom of the device using a hopper or other item transportation method, and soon, marked by a fiery burst, activated ember will appear within the copper cage atop the machine. Yeah, but how do you use it? Well, we're going to get to that later. But people want to use it right away. We'll get to it later, Sedastian. Be patient. Okay. While the activator can refine crystalline ember, it produces only a modest amount. The pressure refinery is a means of getting much higher yields per crystal. It requires both water and ember to be pumped into it, resulting in a default 1.5 time yield from the activator. However, if placed on a metal block with lava or fire around it, it can reach up to 3 time yields depending on how many hot blocks there are around the base. You don't say. Well, I just happen to have my setup that I had in the way. So, gonna go ahead and put this guy right there. So, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. And so we got 3x3 here. Now, any metal block being copper, iron, lead, tin, you know, gold. Gold seems to be the best one, so I want gold because they give differing amounts up to 3 times. Well, gold gives 3 times, so that's the one that I went with. And just take that, put that pressure refinery right on top of them like that, and then you're gonna fill it up with lava. And of course, I didn't bring any of that with me, did I? Sure. Let's see. Got nothing to make lava with. Yeah, nothing. I know some right around this corner over here. Oh, didn't even get any. There we go. So, now the thing about this is you only need to have it like so. Now I need 3 more pieces of that stuff. I don't have any more. Okay, well let's use these then, because that'll make it look stiff. Because these are the guys in the corners, they don't do you any good. And just gonna fill it up. And we're gonna fill it up. And we're gonna fill it up. So now, with this setup over here, that should do a lot better. Man, I just keep tearing up the ground, don't I? Axe, man, axe. So, we're actually going to keep track of exactly how many places I have destroyed. Alright, so same kind of setup here. You want the item pipe right there. Then you want the item extractor right on the end of it. And the lever on top. Nope. That's going to take a long time. And of course now the chest, which is going to go right there like that. And of course now we need our water on the other side. So, and no water bucket with me, but I got something to work on that one, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I know I got it in one of these bags. Where is my Emperor's Chalice? Seriously? No Emperor's Chalice? Alright, well, I'll go get my dumb Emperor's Chalice. Be right back. And go ahead and pop out like that. There we go. And go back to Embers. Whee! I don't know why it always slows me down like that, but yeah. Yeah. Wish I could find the one that does lava. That would be awesome. Work, work. All right, and now then, just we have fluid pipe. Still need a fluid extractor though, so and a fluid pipe, please. And now then, so kind of like that. And of course, you know what? You know what we're gonna need here? That's right, we're gonna need a lever, because it is that thing. So whack. Now it's dumping in all that stuff right there. And if we put in some embers on that side, look at that. Got a whole bunch of them, don't we? And of course, flip the lever. And you'll get even more whooshes. Whoosh, whoosh. Yay! Alright, we got that thing done, Akashik. What is next, sir? We're going to get the camonite blend because we're going to need some of that for later. Next. The natural heat emitted from embers can reach high enough temperatures to melt down metals. All you need to do is focus it inside a melter. And how exactly do we focus it? Well, that's a good question, Sedastian. Why don't you go ahead and show them? Well, machinations of fire. Ember transfer. Actual manipulation of the ember you receive from your activator or other refineries involves two main blocks: ember emitters and ember receptors. Emitters function as the sending end. Simply place them on the machine. They will suck out ember from the machine in the internal buffer. Then, while powered by redstone, they will periodically expel ember. Receptors function as the receiving end. When they receive the ember burst from the emitter, they will push the ember into an attached machine. No redstone required. Note that if an ember is received, but the receptor can't take all of it, some of it will be lost, signified by a plume of smoke and sparks. To link the emitters and receptors together, simply shift right-click the receptor with your Tinker hammer, and then right-click the emitter with the hammer. There's no distance limit to linking, but after an ember burst has been in transit for a while, it can fade away, losing all of the ember it carried. Okay. Notice that it was not in the first part, it was in the second part. Not too many guys earned from it. Just big pain. This is one that you're going to spend the most time into. I recommend looking at every one of them in here. Maybe not that one. And maybe not that one. But these guys right here, all pretty much worth it. So, we got ourselves some ember going. Got ourselves a melter now. Go ahead and set him up. So, melter. There you are. That was actually smart and made another one. So, book. And book. And now we got those receptors. And we got the transmitters. The emitters. So, what do you want to do? Well, you want to stick this guy right here. And of course you want to put a lever on him. And you want to turn him on. And then you want to take an ember receptor. And you want to put him there. And there. And then you want to get your Tinker's hammer. And you want to go right click and shoot. And you'll see him go shooting out. That's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? Now another cool thing is you can actually link them to multiples. And it'll go from 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Now you can have as many emitters on a receptor as you want. However, you can't have as many receptors on an emitter as you want. It makes sense. Yes. So one emitter can go to any number. One receptor can take any number of emitters. However, only one emitter can go to a receptor. So I will show you. Get this other ember emitter out here. Flip him there. Put a on him. Yep. And now then, this right here. That. Nope. Shift right click and right click. And you can see that 2 emitters can go to 1 receptor. So, this guy, that guy. So let's go ahead and fill both of them up now, like that. Ooh, I have got a set of... Ooh, over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and find... Go through all of my bags. There we go. I'm going to fill that one up with dirt. I don't think I'm going to need any of it any time soon. Woo. Now, so base setup, we got some ember, we got some stuff going. We're going to go ahead and clear this one up as well, because we want to get all the stuff out of that one as we can. Whee. And he will empty it out like that. Now there is another nifty little thing that you can build called a ember dial. Now that is a pretty cool thing that you're going to want to make a whole ton of them. Because what it does is it will show you just how much ember is inside of each particular sheen. So you want to do that. See that production multiplier times 3? That's what's below. It tells you all the stuff out. So that is a ton of ember that can come out of it. Which you got to be looking right at it. It'll also tell you how much ember it can hold and where it's sitting at. As you can see, we're almost full on those guys. Okay, finished that one. Got our choices there. Well, we got those guys. So we're going to go and claim a loot chest. Because, you know, I just like to have cool stuff like that. Okay, so what's next, Akashik? Oh. With its 4 integrated tanks, this device can create some interesting alloys out of liquid metal. Alright, well, actually, we're going to go ahead and claim that one now, because we're going to need to show y'all how to set that one up. Yeah, okay. So, we want the mixer centrifuge, which is this guy right here. Bring him out, and we're going to set him up right here. Yeah. Now he will take stuff on the top and put stuff out from the bottom, if I believe that is right. Where are you? Mixer centrifuge. While you have been using various metals to control the flow of ember before, through the mixer centrifuge, you believe you may be able to create new alloys. Each face of the bottom of the centrifuge is its own tank. When fluid is pumped into these tanks in a particular combination, and the top block of a centrifuge is given ember, a molten alloy will be created which can be pumped out of the top block. Okay, well, get ourselves some fluid conduits, and going to go bloop, 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 like that, and bloop, 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 like that. Now, going to extract always, and insert always. Insert always, extract always. Now, I don't wonder what to do here, Sedastian. Well, pretty easy to show you. Take gold in one of them, bloop. It's going to mix all that stuff, put copper in the other one, bloop. And as you see, the smoke means it's working good. And once it melts everything, as you can see, it's going to start pumping everything in there. And pumping everything in there. So the best place to put these guys are right here on the sides, like so. That way you can just dump, dump, dump. Actually, drop it a level too. That would be great, because you don't need anything going to the bottom of this thing other than the ember receptor. So, go ahead and drop on my eyeglasses here, so I can show y'all what everything is inside of this thing. Nothing because he doesn't have any power. Well, that's not a big deal, is it? Because we know how to work that one, don't we? Now, here's a cool thing for you. There's no need to even concern yourself with anything when it comes to how these guys are spaced. But I'll go ahead and do this real quick. Lever. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get some more embers. Look at that. A whole ton of them. We'll take these guys. We're going to put in about, 8 of them, I said. There we go. We're going to put these guys back in here. Hey, how about an ember dial so we can see what's going on here? Yeah. So, want to know what we are doing? Well, there is a certain thing called dawn stone ingots. Because you want to make this molten dawnstone melting recipe. Is this guy right here, but it doesn't really tell you how to do it. Oh, there it is. Mixing centrifuge is gold and copper in equal amounts make a molten dawnstone. Sweet. Well, if we come over here, we can see that we got 3.6 buckets of molten dawnstone already. Woot! Yeah, you're going to be wanting a lot of that dawnstone later on. So, this is our first setup, the initial. We're going to do more of it later on. So, go ahead and play around and get started, and we will be back next time. So, as always, we thank you all for watching Second Job Gaming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.